Otter, were you able to figure out what's going on with Amazon?
It sounds like it's pretty standard with Amazon. If you're not going directly through their own publishing, Herman was talking with me about it a little bit. There can be some problems with how it's distributed. So
Really?
I'm really just trying to get that worked out with them.
Okay, are you going straight through Amazon?
So I am self-publishing through Ingram Spark. So that's how my book is being shown across Barnes and Noble and all the other major retailers. But Amazon in particular seems to have problems. For one, it's kind of messed up some of the formatting, how it's actually shown. The Kindle is fine enough, but the hardcover, on the other hand, is I'm gonna have to talk with them about it.
I want to do hardcover, and I think I'm doing draft to digital, which I think isn't it hooked in with Ingram Spark, Herman? Is he there? He left us now. He doesn't care anymore.
So Otter,
I scared him away. Yeah.
Otter, you mean to tell me that I can walk into a Barnes and Noble and find your book in there? Is that what you mean?
Theoretically, if the store decides to buy some copies.
Yeah,
well, what's going to happen?
That's the thing. They're probably not going to start doing that unless people ask them for it. But it is available for them to do so.
Well, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to demand that they give me a book. And if they don't have it, I'm just going to burn the store to the ground.
In Minecraft.
That escalated quickly.
I am aggressively supportive of my GM.
Oh my God.
Which, by the way, Ms.
Honestly,
Snow,
I was expected to be more aggressive.
In 5 days, I will be playing with all these beautiful people you see on screen. I will be officially a member of their party.
Yay.
Never heard of
Tim
Mammoth
Allen says,
Nation.
Tim Allen says, look into Mammoth Nation for another outlet to release your book. I have not heard of that either.
I haven't heard of it either.
Wow.
I will probably look that up in just a moment. Pull it on screen here.
Mammoth Nation.
Okay. Herman P. Hunter says D2D is not hooked up into Ingram. Amazon is, however.
Okay, yeah, because I'm distributing through the draft to digital. I don't know exactly because Melanie's Callahan, she's my consultant that I went to because I was so desperately lost. And I started doing it draft to digital, but I have illustrations, and so it was really killing me. That's kind of like Lord Otter. And you have illustrations too, right? So you're having to format around all that.
Yeah, and from what I've seen, the prints are perfectly fine. But this was the weird thing. The ebook version, I'm going to have to do a little bit of reformatting because I even did a lot of testing on different devices. But I believe it was Horizon Talker showing me just the other day that the Kindle version I think it was messing up with some of the illustrations.
Yes, mine will come out like fuzzy. Like a couple of my first ones, I think it's Babe's Blood, for instance, on Kindle. It doesn't have nearly as high resolution. And I don't know why, because the other ones came out great. And it's like, and I'm not sure what's affecting that. And it makes it sort of frustrating. I'm probably going to go back and do a revision for all of my earliest ones. So that way it's all sort of like lined up and then make sure. And I don't know why but that happens. But yeah, with illustrations, it really throws a monkey wrench in it. It sort of makes it a little harder.
Yeah, other than that, it seems like my ebook is doing just fine, but it's those illustrations. That's where a lot of the actual formatting problems come into play.
Yeah.
Now, Herman P. Hunter says Amazon is actually using Ingram for their printing and distribution behind the scenes. Now, is that a new thing, Herman? Because I know when I order my copy from Amazon versus when I order from Ingram, I definitely see a slight difference in quality. I mean, they're comparable, but what I order from Ingram is just the colors are a little richer. The material seems just slightly better.
Mm-hmm.
So is that a new thing? Because I would expect that I would see the same kind of print if I ordered from both, if they were doing it from one. Tim Allen says, Mammoth Nation is the conservative solution to Amazon.
Oh yeah.
They have commercials on Newsmax and One American News Network.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I need to keep them on. I can finally see the phone because I'm holding it right up to my nose so I can see everything.
Wrangler, I just sent you the Barnes & Noble link. It has all of the different formats on there. It's not just Kindle. It also has paperback and hardcover.
Huh. See, I don't have hardcover yet. That's the one thing I haven't done. And you guys are getting sales with it. And then after last week, when you all talked about how it was like how it keeps it from getting messed up, I'm thinking about doing hardcover. And so I guess because I've had finally enough sales, I'm kind of like, okay, I'll do that. And I noticed this month have y'all noticed an uptick in your physical copies going out? Because I had way more physical than I've had Kindle this month. I don't know why.
Well,
I can't tell. I don't know how to tell the difference. I just know how many copies have been sold. I don't know how to tell if it's been.
It'll be the color.
Print.
It shows it on a little wheelie if you do KDP reports and look at it.
Well, I looked at it on my phone.
Okay.
So that might be different.
I
might
try
need
to
to
buy
do a
physical whenever I can, just because of where I live.
Oh yeah.
All right, the link to this site,
quick
I am
question for Otter
dropping
here.
in the chat.
Yeah.
All right, so hold on, quick question for Otter here. All right, so this is your first book you've ever published, right?
That's correct.
Okay. In your opinion, and Miss Snow, you're a published author too. Of course you are. In you guys' opinion, do you guys consider your work like successful, or you guys are struggling to get there? If you know what I mean.
Not quite sure. Successful in you
But do
mean
you guys consider
marketing,
these
or
books like
successful? Yeah, this is good quality. This is what I wanted it to be.
I mean, if we're talking
But, yeah,
about
both
how
of
the
those,
final form
you know.
came out for the story and everything, I'm very, very happy. I couldn't have imagined it a year, 2 years previously, but how it is now, I am extremely happy with how it's turned out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing, though, isn't it, Otter? 2 years of work on this, and finally, there it is.
Yeah.
It's real. It's real.
It's a little overwhelming whenever you finally finish it and you go, "What do I do now?"
Yeah, you feel
I know.
excited, and you can't do a damn thing.
I'm like, oh yeah, today I'm gonna keep working on the Curse of the Star Raids. Oh wait, it's done.
Well, I can relate. We've been working on that Shalar now for it'll be almost a year. We started in January, February.
Maji, where you are right now, it reminds me of where I was.
And how much you got done in that amount of time is impressive. My book took me 2 years as well. Maji, you did that in a year.
Well,
Less.
I still I gotta go back and rewrite everything after the betas, but
true.
I mean,
but the difficult part is done. Now
I think rewriting is a bit of a misnomer. It's more revising. You're refining it. You're cutting out the bad, and you're really ramping up what's good about it.
Yeah,
but think of it this way: we have been working on the Shalar things long enough that somebody could have had a baby and is about ready.
Herman P. Hunter says it's probably in response to the Amazon Ingram Press. And it's probably because of Amazon's image processing code and their conduit to Ingram. Supposedly has better quality printing.
Hey, what was the Patrick Ruffus book?
Name of the Wind.
The third one, the one that's been like
Who
it's
sounds
been
like they're having an
years.
ultrasound?
Like a child
I think that's
born
Stormcrow's audio.
Become an adult by the time that book. Yeah.
Okay, Andrew Campbell asked, did you guys pay someone for formatting or just worked it out yourselves? I paid someone to format.
I paid. I did. I actually, that was the one thing I knew I could not do with illustrations. I knew I was going to screw it up. I could do the docx, but I did that. I do the first format where I actually say I want this illustration to go on this page. I want it to be here, and I do all the illustrations myself. but I paid someone to do it because it was much. I knew how badly I could screw this up, and I was
what are you
afraid.
using for formatting?
For what?
What are you using for formatting?
I work it out actually in DocX. I actually use because I'm running Linux, I use LibreOffice. And if I was just doing draft to digital, I could turn that. I put it in a DocX formula, which is Word like 2007 or something. It's ridiculous, and so it's old. But I could have plugged it directly into draft to digital if I wasn't doing illustrations. When I realized I was trying to do illustrations and we couldn't really do it through draft to digital, I brought on Melanie Callahan from Self Publishing Services, and she saved my life because she said, "Let me help you with this." And I think I don't know if she's using Scrivener or dang it, what's the other one? Starts with a D. Herman, you know which one it is because I think you use it. There's the formatting. Dang it, I can't remember the name of it. But it's the other one that's really popular besides Scrivener. And she was using that, and we pretty much just work it out through Word, and then place the illustrations, make all the gaps in the right way, and then I look at the proof and see if I like it or not, and then she hits the button for it, so that way we know it's got all the right image resolutions, things like that.
Maji, is that supposed to be a female Khajiit?
I don't know. I just made it. I purposely made it ugly as possible.
Hey, Storm Crow,
Looks
can
like
you
it's
mute
fake.
when you're not speaking?
Damn.
You're getting a lot of background noise.
Mute your mic.
You give me 1 second, sir. You give me 1 second, too. I am dealing with my dog.
You gotta mute your mic while you're at it.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I don't want to learn how to do formatting in fucking Microsoft Word.
It is hard.
So this is really coming from someone who's kind of a masochist and decided to do the formatting for himself.
Mm-hmm.
Print, in my opinion, wasn't too bad. Ebook was a lot tougher when you factor in the illustrations. That was the tough bit.
Right, I can imagine. Are yours? Do you have color illustrations in your book?
They're black and white.
Okay, good. I was gonna say if you're doing
Yeah,
color...
I had thought about that, and I'm like, if I'm having color illustrations, one, I'd probably have to mark up the price. Two, I could see a lot more issues cropping up, but no, all of the illustrations within the book themselves are monochrome.
No, that's what we went with, just because I couldn't see being able to pass the markup on it. I think I mean in the future I may do a colorized version of it, but I think for right now I'm just gonna stick with black and white.
Frequency, look in the private chat.
Yeah, Storm Crow, I'm going to mute your mic. Let me know in the private chat when you're back so I can unmute you. But there's way too much background noise. It's drowning out the words everyone else is saying.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't trying to be mean, but I just letting you know you could do that because you want to listen.
But honestly, this is just me. Handling the business side of it, getting all of that set up has been a lot more stressful for me than the formatting.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so you did the LLC and all that sort of cool stuff?
I didn't do LLC. Technically, I'm a self-proprietor, but going through all of those hoops just to get everything set up, that for me, that was a lot more stressful just to kind of keep in one place. Formatting, there was sort of a creative element to it, so I could kind of enjoy it as I was going along, but it's just pure legalese.
Oh, yeah. I think that for me, actually, I liked the business part of it easier because I've done that before. So I knew to like I have a doing business as and a LLC because I knew I wanted to write a series, which meant that I would be able to get a trademark once I got the series done. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do for Watcher the Damned, because it finally got big enough. And you were talking about success. Just the success, there's two kinds of success. You're looking at the book and you see the book and it's real. That's success. When you have success is in levels. Who are you writing for and why are you writing it? If you're just writing to see your vision and you get that on paper, that's the first success. That's the first step. Just being able to do it, just seeing it, your baby's being born, just like Maji said, this is a creation. That's a success. When you put that touch on it, you go, I finished my book. That's the first success. Second success is the physical copy where you actually can see it in your hands or the Kindle, and you look at it and it's real and someone else can see it. It's not just in your heart. It's out there in the world like a child wandering around by itself. And it can hurt you because people say things about it that you may not like. And you have to like fight to live, you know. And so that's another success.
Athletic tits.
Yeah. And
that was the first fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Just that the fact that you get it out there and that it deserves to live. I don't care if you love it or not. It deserves to live. Somebody else may love it, and not everybody's going to love us. And then there's the success where you turn around and you realize somebody else really does love this, that they want this. That success is the most rewarding. It came before any financial reward for me because I heard from people that I valued and respected. And first of all, let me say I value and respect every one of my readers. I love what they did. My first people that reviewed me were not well-known names. They were just people that I'd never met that said something wonderful to me. And that was a huge success. It's the average person who gives you that first review that just, there's somebody out of nowhere that says, I love this book. And knowing that how many of them actually finished the whole series, 6 books, almost 750,000 words. There are people who have actually finished my entire series. In fact, there are several. I think it's well over 50 at this point. People who have read the entire series. Then that's a lot of reading. And considering that the age of the series is only a couple of years old, and we don't have any real marketing, we don't have any, anything out there, and we just sold our 400th unit last month, and this is the best month I've ever had. It's finally kind of starting to pick up. The sales are picking up, and it's even though I just released my second series. It's the first series that all of a sudden just sort of exploded this month. And I don't know why, except that it's finally coming together. That last success where you see that people want it, that they actually start to buy it, and that it has this, it's a building process. It's climbing up the ladder. If I had only gotten to the first rung, I still would have been happy. But I'm still happy I made it to this next step, just because every step brings a new view and a new joy. And I don't ever want somebody to think that the success that you feel from just holding that baby in your hands is not worth it, because it's just as worthy as the step where you see your child cross the stage in college to get their degree. It's every step is a miracle, and just enjoy it. Just enjoy that moment when you hold the book in your hands, or when you hear it in your heart, or when you finally see it becoming real to everybody else. It's an amazing process. Do it. You'll never regret it.
Well,
sweet. I didn't know if you were talking about stories for kids for a second.
They're both. They are very much alike.
Show your face. Show your face.
Absolutely not.
Show your face.
Clean shaven kahuna.
To kind of go
Oh my god.
Come on.
Kill it. Burn it.
Oh, dude, it's so bad.
You're no son of mine.
Dude, that's so hot. That's
no. Stormcrow, stop.
But to go with what Snow's saying, I honestly think for just getting a physical copy would be the biggest success.
You need to shave again. Your username's fake. It's not clean shaven.
This is with a single blade razor. This is about as tight as it gets.
Holy cow!
Kahunas.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I have an odd measuring stick for success. I mean, yes, holding it in my hand and all that, those are successes. But my one goal is I want to one day turn on YouTube and see one of those versus channels, and my characters are being considered in those battles.
Oh,
that's
wow.
when I go, yes, I've made it.
A.S. Burnett says you look like a high schooler.
I want to see Danco say, today in the battle arena, we have Haley Starr versus Hermione Granger.
Whoa.
Jim Allen says, isn't a clean-shaven kahuna a sign of the end times, which seal has been broken?
Oh,
You know,
no.
They've
the
all
only
been
man
broken.
dropped 6.
That
Andrew
looks like
Campbell
a
says
baby.
unsubscribed.
You look
Wrangler.
like a baby. Look at his little face. He just want a picture. Look at the little.
Oh, bro.
Frequency.
Oh, that's a problem with like long hair and no beard. Makes you look like a 14-year-old child. It doesn't help that I was this big when I was freaking 13 and 12 years old. But...
Yeah,
Well, everyone pay attention to Tim Allen's warning down here.
Yeah, that's right.